Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. We're going to see how to quick install Drupal 7 in our systems today, for which the prerequisites are a Ubuntu machine, MySQL, PHP and Apache web server. We're going to show you how to set up your system with all these in our next video. A terminal will be used today for installation rather than using a graphical and menu-based method, as that makes the process simple. Let's start with downloading the Drupal 7 installation file. Let's go to drupal.org and then choose either the tar.js or the zip file for installation, or rather download. I'm going to use the tar file today for the download. Great, now let's go to the download folder in our computer and find the tar file which has already been downloaded. Let's extract it here. And here we have the Drupal 7.77 folder. Now this is copied to the computer's root file, which is var, that's created along with the prerequisites. And in that, let's go to www and then to HTML, where we have created a new folder called tutorials, into which we're going to copy this D7 or the Drupal 7 folder, which will have all the files and folders. Let's now rename this into D7, which is otherwise Drupal 7. Now let's call the D7 installation by going to the browser and type in localhost/tutorial/D7, which basically calls in the install.php file for installation. We can choose the standard or the minimal version that we require for installation and then click on save and continue. It basically gives us the language and then to the verify requirements page. Here we have got two errors. The first one which says the site's default files directory does not exist. So this is the file where all the files in the cache are going to get saved when we are working on the Drupal website that we're going to create. So we need to manually create one in the page or the location which is mentioned over here, for which we're going to go to the D7 folder which we have pasted, sites, default, and then create a particular folder over here with the same name which is suggested in the error message, and refreshing the browser. Now we are getting another error which says it is not writable. Now for this to be writable, we're now going to go to the terminal page and take us, or rather type in the commands to take us to the particular folder where we have to give the writable permission. Right, now we are in the folder where we need to give the write permission, and now let's type in the command for giving the required permission as mentioned. The commands are already mentioned in the description. Now let's type the password over here of our computer. And here we have the writable permission provided, and refreshing this page, we've got only one error right now. So now that error says the settings file does not exist. So this is the file where we have the database and all the related stuff are going to get saved, and we need to copy the settings.php file from one location to the another one as mentioned in the error message. So basically in Drupal installation, all we need to do is that just go through the wordings that is mentioned in the error message, which is very simple most of the time. So all we have to do here is sites default/default.settings.php needs to be copied and pasted into the default/settings.php. So let's go to the folder again, copy the file, and paste it aside, and just rename the file name to the one which is mentioned. Now this now can be checked by refreshing the page again, which now is giving the next error saying that it is not writable. So all we need to do is just do the same thing that we have done before in the terminal page to to give the writable permission. So basically, when we give a writable permission, make sure that what kind of folder we are giving it the permission for, because giving a writable permission to the root folder is never advisable, and we need always it to be given to the specific folders. So it's the same folder, it's just a file that changes, and here we go. Once we refresh, it takes us to the next page of setup database. Now when setting up the database, it gives us the same username and the password of the database. Now we need to create a new database in our database set. So for that, we go to localhost /php myadmin. Now this opens up our php myadmin page and takes us to the database set. Now click on the database set and type in or create a new database. Now here we're going to type in D7 and then just click on create. Now let's come back and put in the same name of the database name over here. So that's going to be D7. The username, as I said, is just going to be the same of the one previous. Now in the advanced options, we basically might not have to do much of work when we are hosting this in our local system itself, unless otherwise we might need a change of the port number. So let's type in the localhost and then just go back and click on save and continue. So here we're starting the installation of D7. Great. So now let's configure the site over here. So we are gonna name the site as Drupal 7. The site email address. So this is the email address where the administrator rights are granted to, or any email related to the admin rights are provided for. So basically, if it is for a test purpose, we can just go ahead and give it as test@test.com or anything of such sort. Right, so over here I'm just going to give the same as what we have, which is rahulshiva2021@gmail.com. and now we're going to create a site maintenance account. Right, so we're going to in the maintenance account, again we're going to give the same email address over here. The username and the password need also a setup. So the username I'm going to give as Rahul Shiva, and a password which is always recommended to be a strong one, and these are the the basic rules for setting up this particular password. It's not mandatory though. So yes, the password is now been set, and let's jump onto the server settings. Here it is always advisable to mark your default country in where you are, because the time zone of the website is gonna take from this particular configuration. So currently I'm in India, so I'm going to mark it as India, and the default time zone is Asia, Kolkata. Now check for the updates automatically and the receive email notifications. So basically in Drupal we get a security update every Wednesday, or whenever you have any updates that are coming in. Checking on this box give you the a pop-up or a red liner alert on your configuration page that there is a security update which is pending to be installed. And receiving an email address can also be checked, and then click on save and continue. So here, so we're gonna we have completed the installation of D7,
The
and
configuration
this
tab
is
actually
our
gives us
Drupal
access to
7
all the site settings
website.
and the configurations,
So
as the
on
name
top of the
says.
black
Now clicking over the
bar
site
is our
information,
admin
it shows us
tools
the
which we can
document
use
or
for
the
configuring
details
our
which we have already
website
provided.
and
The modules
developing our
gives us
website on the
access to
front end.
install and install and
And
configure the modules, and the people tab takes us to the list of people who have access to this particular website. Now over here you can see the credentials which we have already provided in the role, and the user that we have already created with the role that we have assigned to that particular user, and the time zone also can also be seen over here at the bottom. Now yes, so basically this is how we need to create a website in Drupal 7. We'll be back shortly with to you on how to set up your system with the prerequisites that are required for installing a Drupal 7 in your system. Thanks for watching and happy learning.